Hello, my name is Louise and today I'm filming my 38th eyeshadow roulette. I said last time that I was probably going to be out of town for a week, so I would see when I film this. And I should have filmed this 3 days ago, so I'm filming it a little later because I wanted to give myself time to use the shades, but not because I was out of town, but because I was sick. So, but anyway, I'm doing much better, so I still did manage to get quite a few looks in, and I used every shade twice, so it's all good. But anyway, let's go through the shades that I randomized last time, and I have to get the one that's in my bag. Hold please. Okay, so let's go through these shades from last time. First, I randomized the shade Kissberry from the Very Cute palette by Colored Raine, and it's that really nice, I don't know, I don't remember what I described it as last time, but it's like an orange but slightly coral something. It's beautiful. I'm using only this today, so that's the final look in the slideshow that will, come along later on in the video. I also did use it a little bit as a blush. I am wearing an orange blush today, which is a little brighter than I expected in this light, but whatever, that's how it is. I used it 4 times. It's a beautiful shade. It's easy to blend. I could use this kind of shade every day of my life, almost. Maybe not actually, but I mean, it's the kind of shade that's easy to use. It does remind me like of the color scheme in this palette, the Just Peachy matte. I mean, it's like a similar feel. So thumbs up, A+, loved it. The second shade I randomized was from another really nice palette, and it's the Touch Me palette by Gloss Gods. The shade randomized first was the color Heartline, which is this like metallic, shimmery, orangey red. Also, so gorgeous. Look at it. Oh, it doesn't look, it's super, super, super sheeny. Aw, in this light it just looks almost matte. But it's beautiful. I absolutely adored using this. I used it only twice though, but my goodness, it's a shade that doesn't really need that much help, I mean, these two together, match made in heaven. Super enjoyed it. I will use it more, without a doubt. So that was good. The third shade randomized was from the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette, and it was the color Warning, which is that like purpley pink. Oh, so beautiful. Like, oh my goodness. So I have to build up the swatch because in comparison to Heartline, it's like very not as pigmented, but still, yeah, you can see it's beautiful. It's like a blue toned purple pink. So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I have no problems at all using this kind of color. I use it only twice though, but I did use it one day, I think. Yes, I used it one day with the color I am going to show you soon. And this one like packed over the middle of the lid. So pretty. So let's move on to talking to the fourth shade, which was also very beautiful and also from the Touch Me palette. It was the color Karina, which is this matte, bright pink. Super, super pretty as well. I mean, yeah, these two together was gorgeous. Absolute dream. I love it. But again, only used it twice. But that is the goal, to use these twice. I think maybe, like in other looks, I try to combine as many as possible, but for these colors, they don't need to be combined with each other because they're such good standalone shades. Maybe that's why I have used them only twice. But yes, I mean, now the fifth and final shade was a single, and it's a single that I don't know from which brand it's from. I don't even know what the name is. It's really jankily, like, I glued it onto a piece of paper and then I glued the paper onto a magnet. This one. It's a pretty shade. I mean, it's a metallic brown, and it is very beautiful. I will not, I think I used these two together, but I'm not 100% sure at this moment. But I mean, it's pretty, it's a neutral metallic brown. It's not a color that I want to use, it's a color that, yeah, I guess it's pretty, but it definitely does not make me feel like, wow, in comparison to the other 4, you know? But anyway, I'm still happy. I used it twice. It was fine, but anyway. So, last 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks, but gorgeous. These 4 again. Gorgeous. This one is a pretty color. Again, I'm not saying it was easy to work with. It was easy to blend. It lasted fine. All those things. But the colors, I mean, this one cannot hold a candle to the other 4. So, yeah. Anyway, that was that. So let's insert the selfies from the past 2+ weeks. Okay, so those were the selfies. Time to randomize new shades. I still have 408 shades in palettes and 55 in singles. That leaves me with 463 shades. So I have pulled up a random number generator and I will enter the numbers 1 to 463. And now generate. Okay, so the first shade is 337. So that is a palette. Okay, it's from the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, which is a fave, so, I mean, so far so good. And it's the shade Ultraviolet. Ooh. Okay, so it's this, like, shimmer. Ew. I mean, Huda Beauty shimmers are usually very soft. Look at that sheen. Not that pigmented, though. Look, it's more like a topper wash shade. Let's see if I can build it up a bit for the sake of a more satisfying swatch. Okay. Oh, see? So it's like you see the purple shift there, and then it's gray, purple. So the gray matte base almost, but with this beautiful purple shift. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Delirium shade from the Nobla Dreamy palette, in the sense that it's like in the pan, it looks very purple, but IRL, it's a little more sheer, but that's beautiful. Not a shade that I am immediately drawn to, since it's not as like oomph-y, does not pack a punch, but yes, that's fun. My pen, you know, making it an appearance for some reason. Okay, so that was the first shade. Let's randomize the second one. 188. Oh, it's the Queen of Hearts palette, and it's the shade Ladyship, which I have had before, so randomizing again. Well, that was easy. It's the same palette. It's the Queen of Hearts palette by Colored Raine, and it's the shade Royal Highness. Oh, okay. Yes, pretty. So it's a bronze, a cool bronze. Swatch looks nice, at least on my feet. Oh yes, okay. That's a pretty shade. That's a pretty shade, but a neutral. Neutrals do scare me a little because, but anyway, that was that one. So the shade, Your Highness, Royal Highness, sorry. So let's randomize the third shade. 246 is from the Jackie Aine palette, I think. Yes, it is, and it's the shade Ginger. So this one and the shade Ginger. Ooh. If you have watched my newest video series that I started like last week, the On Wednesdays We Wear series, I brought, ooh, that's a pretty color. I brought the Jackie Aine palette in, so I'm going to use this every Wednesday. So that's, you know, that'll be good. The shade Ginger looks like this. It's a really beautiful, like warm brown on me. I think that's beautiful. That's actually a really pretty neutral. So that's good. This palette is now in 2 video series, which is good. That is fine. Oakley dokley, so let's randomize the fourth shade. A single. We all know singles do make me happy when I get them randomized. I don't always use them that much, but they make me happy. So 30 is a single. Ooh, Oh, okay, this is a beautiful shade. It's from Makeup Store and it's called Tuch, T-U-C-H. Here we have her. This one, it looks like a black, but it's like a duochrome thing. I haven't used it in ages, so. Okay, this is interesting. I remember her being much more shifty, but it's still really pretty. Like you can see, there's a black base and then there's like a blue shift, blacky brown. I mean, it's a beautiful shade, you know, very dark. So that'll be interesting. I'm not sure how I will be combining this with the other shades if possible, or if it'll be just a standalone, but there we have that one. Beautiful. A little intimidated, but it's fine. So let's randomize the fifth and final shade. I was first like, oh, it's single, but it's not. It's a very, very old color though. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. So this is a super old palette, and every time I go through my collection, I see this palette, I'm like, oh, I want to use it. And then I don't for some reason, but it's this Dior, very old, like the Dior has almost rubbed off in certain lights anyway, and it's Ducula or two color eyeshadow. I think the name is Diorcraze. I'm not sure. Okay, so 63 is this pastel blue. There is a slight iridescence to these two shades. It's not very strong or obvious, but I've always super loved these shades. I bought this because there was a woman at my work who pretty much only wore like a very light blue shade, and it suited her so well and it was so inspiring, and I just wanted to copy her, and then I bought it. And I mean, there is a sizable dip, at least in the green, because I love green, you know. So I did use it a lot, but so it's that one, a very, very pale blue. It's gorgeous. I can see there's a slight iridescence, but I do not think it, you know, shows up on camera, but it's beautiful. So yeah, this is the shades for the coming 2 weeks. Last week's, this week's. Wow, what a different feel to these palettes. Like one is very warm and very like, and this one is cool toned, slightly more elegant, maybe sleek or something. Anyways, let's go through the shades. So first we have from the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde, the color Ultraviolet. Then we have from the Queen of Hearts palette by Colored Raine, the color
Royal Highness.
We have the color Ginger from the Anastasia and Jackie Aine palette. We have the color Tuch from Makeup Store. And finally, we have this blue shade from the Diorcraze palette, I think it's called. Beautiful. This will be exciting and interesting and slightly intimidating, particularly this shade, but it will be fine. Challenges are good. I am going to make some dinner with my husband now and hopefully go to sleep. No, first I'm going to take a bath. My husband bought me like a mini bathtub for grown-ups. Most apartments / many houses in Sweden do not have bathtubs to save water. It was, I think, something in the 70s. I'm not sure, when like there was this whole thing about, you know, how to build efficiently, and they made all these studies on what's the best height for countertops for the housewife to work properly at. I'm serious, there was studies done. But so one thing that they like said apartments didn't need was bathtubs to conserve water. But I love bathtubs. I've always loved bathtubs. And so there is a company that makes like portable bathtubs for adults. And my husband bought me one for my birthday, and it was so nice and I love it so much. So I'm going to put makeup on my forehead. Yes, can you see? That was beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh well, anyway, good that I'm gonna go take a bath so I can get all squeaky clean. But yes, dinner, bath, sleep. Good plan. I hope you're having a good day. As I've done for many videos, I will include the Swedish Swish number to Unicef in the description box. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. If things feel overwhelming and you need something to focus on, and you can focus on it, food and sleep. Anyway, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, get vaccinated or get a booster shot if you can. And I will see you in approximately 2 weeks for another update. Bye!